Elmhurst.
Alright. So yeah, you can just introduce yourself.
My name is Benjamin Ramirez.
Gian Ramirez.
Ramon Rubalcaba.
Jorge Diaz.
Prince Alvaro.
David Cortez Morales.
Enrique Marino or Ricky.
Jesus Gerbe. All right, let's talk out. All right. My name is Jesus Garibay.
Piano. My bad. Can we start?
My name is Adrian Santillan. I'm 14 years old. I go to Castlemont.
My name is Juan.
So my name is Leslie.
So my name is Sagnicte Salazar.
All right, so my name is Remy Barriola.
So my name is Aurora Barajas. I was born and raised in Oakland.
Okay, let's go.
Whenever you're ready, you tell me.
Ready?
Okay. So first question, if you could just give us your name, just like basic information, where you were born, tell us a little about your family.
My name is Allison.
You know, it was a trip, coach. We literally came for one interview, and it became like 6.
Nah.
Did you see everybody that came through?
I seen y'all here for a while. I was sitting down there. But the thing is like, I think we limit ourselves when we talk about art, and we only think of art being like something like this. And that's something that art's just a creation. If you're a creator, you're an artist.
Eduardo Leon, and I was born in 2003, November 3rd, and my dad was born in 1980, July 14th, and my mom was born in 1985, April 1st, on April Fools.
Sebastian Diaz. I was born and raised in Oakland. My family's from Mexico, from Michoacan. And I have 4 brothers and 1 sister.
Soy Calderon. My family's from Mexico. My mom's from Michoacan. My dad's from Guanajuato. And every day I like to ride bikes, play soccer, be with my family. And just spend time with my family.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about Oakland. So what's your favorite thing about Oakland?
That I know the streets, I know all of them. So I feel like at home because I have all my life living here.
The thing that I like about Oakland is that it may not be like the best place, but I still call it a home and stuff like that.
My name is Enrique Marino or Ricky, and I'm in the L&B club.
Where you from, Ricky?
I was born and raised here in Oakland. I grew up in the 80s and now I live in the 90s.
So you're in the 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
Where are you going to next year?
I'm going to Castlemont High School.
My family is from Mexico, a state called Michoacan, Mexico. It's they live in a small town, Chavinda. It's close to Zamora. 3 hours away from Guadalajara and Morelia.
You been out there?
Yeah, I've been out there like 4 times already. I mean, it's cool over there. Like, you free over there. It's not like over here, but the thing that sucks is the Wi-Fi.
Waking up on a Saturday is like either sometimes going to work with my dad or just waking up until like 12 p.m. or something.
What about when you were a kid, like when you were little?
Oh, when I was little, I used to like going with my dad everywhere. Like I like to go with him everywhere, to work, to visit houses, to the beach, pools, everywhere.
What kind of work do you do with your pops?
Well, I just destroyed things. Like he used to like work on the stuff, and then I used to just like play around.
Like on cars
or
like
houses? Yeah, he works in construction.
A typical weekend for me, on Saturdays I work with my auntie. I sell food.
What do you sell? Give the commercial, talk about it.
Birria, menudo, tacos, quesadillas, and chamindecas.
Where?
Right here in East Street.
What's the chamindeca?
Chamindeca is a tortilla, like they're made by hand, and then they come with cheese, meat, and more cheese on top, and another tortilla, and they cut it in 9 pieces.
Do you guys have a name for the spot? Or
Yeah, it's called Six Brothers. Oh, it's called Six Brothers.
You say Six Brothers or is it in Spanish? What is it really called?
Seis Hermanos.
Tell this to the camera. Give that commercial.
It's called Seis Hermanos.
When you guys are open.
Saturdays and Sundays.
Where at?
East Street.
Get your chaminecas. Okay. So describe. Keep going with your weekend. What else do you do?
My weekend on Sundays I go to to Stockton for my cousin's 15. We study and we do the dance and everything. And when I come back, I just wash my clothes, and then my mom makes me something to eat. Yeah.
Since I was born, we used to live in this one street, just 92nd, all the whole time. I still live in 92nd up to this point. All my life I lived in 92nd. And all my uncles live there too.
What's 92nd like?
It's like 92nd and A, so it's like all the apartments, some houses, and then all my uncles and me live in apartments.
Since we got new dogs, they don't come around. Nobody even comes around there no more. It's like we live in a dead end. Like our house is in the corner, there's like 2 other houses, and then there's like a dead end. Something that separates it from the new houses.
And what is it like growing up there? Like, what do you do on your block? Like usually?
Oh, like I just ride around the bike, wheelies and all that stuff. Sometimes go to the store when my mom wants me to.
What do you get at the store?
Like for like vegetales and all that stuff.
What do you get for yourself? What's your favorite thing to get at the store?
A bag of chips and a soda.
What kind?
Like Cheetos and a Coke.
My grandma would make us breakfast every day. Todos los días, especially in los fines de semana, is where she would go all out. She would make like chilaquiles and frijoles con queso fresco. That's her thing. Chilaquiles is like her go-to dish. So I remember eating that all the time. And frijoladas también. Yeah. So we always woke up to something. Or she, sometimes she'll go a little American style, do some pancakes, But other than that, she'll make her own dishes every morning on the weekends. That's all we would do. And my mom would the weekends were her thing. My mom, that was her time because she would work all week. She would work all week and all night. So on the weekends is where she would we would take BART to San Francisco, or we would go on the ferry, we would do stuff like that. So weekends were always fun because those were the times that my mom actually had time to spend time with us. So I remember that always being fun. And now that I have a kid, I want to do all that same stuff my mama did with you. Yes.
So in the Fruitvale on 36th Avenue, we had 2 train tracks. We had Freeway the 880, we had the train tracks, and then we had other train tracks next to the Frugal Bar station. So it was a dead end. And literally from those 9 houses, 5 of the houses were occupied by my family. So literally all my family lived in those houses. I grew up with, the majority of my family, living around me, and, so I got that value of family.
My name is Adrian Santillan. I'm 14 years old. I go to Castlemont.
Where's your family from?
From Jalisco and Michoacan.
Where are you from?
I'm born and raised in Oakland,
What part of Oakland?
East Oakland.
What's if you don't mind, describe a typical weekend. When you were a kid, after a long week of school, what was a Saturday and Sunday like for you? What's your family do on the weekends?
Probably just go to one of my auntie's house, just chill, make a carne asada. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Oakland?
My favorite thing about Oakland is the community. You could just know everybody around here. Yeah.
Favorite thing about Oakland is you could ride around the streets with your friends, bike life movement. Yeah. All people who have bikes, they join with each other. They go to San Francisco. They do ride outs and everything. They do parties and they ride around Oakland.
Do you participate?
Yeah, sometimes.
What's your typical like day? Like,
Uh,
how do you find out about it? Like, what do you do?
The way you found out about it is like they make it and they post it on social media and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then they set up a date. Like last Saturday, there was a write out. It was like a couple of like 80 of us. Yeah.
We like link up like before school ends. We just be like, oh, let's go riding on Thursday or Friday or Saturday, and then we just meet up on that Saturday or Sunday, and then we start riding with hella other people that trying to join or something.
Where y'all be going to? Where the different places y'all gone to?
We just go like to ride around the streets, like around schools, like everywhere.
What does it feel like when you guys are riding?
Feels like I'm still in school because I'm still with my friends, except they're not riding bikes. Except we're not riding in our notebooks or nothing. It's just that we're different.
When you're on your bike, what kind of feeling does it give you when you're on your bike?
Oh, like, how do you say it in English? It's something adrenalina, something like that.
Adrenalina,
adrenaline. Yeah, that. Yeah. You get like this thing, and you get this feeling that you want to like go fast and like, but at the same time be careful because like you don't want to bust your head open. And like, yeah, it just makes me feel good and probably makes other people feel good. Get stuff out their mind. Look at houses or cars or something.
I started riding bikes since I was little. I started putting tape on my little tricycle. And then one time, I remember I seen the scraper bike crew, and I asked them if I could ride with them, and I started riding with them. And then I ended up being one of their teammates. And then now I'm one of their teammates for about 3 years. Deep.
Like, so pretend pretend you're talking to somebody who hasn't seen like the bike like movement and stuff, right?
They'd be surprised.
What is it like? Like, describe it
in the sense of if it's somebody who hasn't seen the scraper bike crew and they wanted to meet them, like, it'd be a big ass line for him to say hi to everybody. Like, it's just hella people. But you know, if you don't tell nobody to come ride, or if you don't post it on Instagram, nobody will come out. Like the day of the 20th, it was more than like 5,000 people.
And what does that mean to you? Or like, what do you feel like? Why is that such a big thing? Is it just about getting on your bike, or what is it about?
It's just about getting on your bike, having fun, staying out of trouble. It's mostly fun.
Me and my friends used to like do art class here. We used to like enjoy it, like painting, or sometimes poetry. We tried. And yeah, that's it.
Who's your teacher?
Mr. Douglas and Coach Mo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I met them before. What do you write, or if you wanted to share something like that?
Well, sometimes I just write about how I feel sometimes, or like, yeah, just how I feel.
And what do you do with that writing? You make music, or?
No, I just like leave it there if I could like read it later and stuff.
Oh, okay. Do you write like is it like a journal, or is it like poetry, or?
No, sometimes I just grab scraps of paper and I just start writing.
It's like we're creators. People from Oakland, I feel like, are like creative beings. Like there's a lot of support in like the Brooklyn and New York area, but people forgot about Oakland. Like LA's great, and no knock to LA, but like Oakland is the original land. Like in my mind, in my heart, and my soul. Like we've been teaching the world a long time, and it's like it's about time like Oakland get its due. And I think with our generation and what individuals like me, you, and your brother are doing, like, is paving that way. Like we're breaking away from corporate ideas into like collective cultures, like collective communities, like conscious beyond like what you could teach us in the classroom. Like we're learning, like what we know our teachers can't teach us. It's like it's already in us, like it's already here. So that's what I love about Oakland.
If you could change one thing about Oakland, what would you give back? What would you do?
I would make it cleaner. Cleaner. I would like, if I had the money, I would hire teams to pick up trash and recycles. I know there's people doing that right now, but it's not doing nothing. Yeah.
I would clean up the streets. It's some streets that be hella dirty. I would just clean all that up. More people would come over here too.
I would try to change the gang violence and stuff, because a lot of people killing like themselves and showing that there's a bad community and stuff.
The murder rates and all that stuff.
How so? How does that affect you? Or why is it that you don't like it? Just hearing about it, or have you
Just hearing about it makes me feel bad. I don't know why. It's just like I feel bad for the families that lost their kids, brothers, uncles, and like it's just like sad seeing how people would kill just for like money or just have hate on them other people.
If you could change anything about Oakland and you had all the power and resources to do that, what would you do? How would you impact Oakland? What would you change about it?
Probably make it more cleaner, more safer. Probably clean the streets, like, because I've seen a lot of people get sick of touching like dirty stuff in the streets, or like because I mean the streets they're dirty and unclean, makes it like unsafe place for people, and there's like bad people out there. It makes the city look bad.
For me, I set up a community center, like for all the people, like the people that don't have houses and stuff. Yeah, and then and I help like some people out, like make like more skate parks and stuff, and like make parties like for the bike people. Yeah.
I like everything. I love this school. Oakland's amazing, but ghetto, feel me? We have our own ways to express ourselves. Ghetto, but amazing. Amazing. Beautiful struggle, feel me? Heard that from Mozzie.
Hey, that's your brother, right? I know, that's the worst thing in the world. Like, man.
What's up with you, bro?
Y'all remember my brother?
Yeah.
I'm up there.
Yeah.
How long you guys gonna be around for?
You lost some weight, what?
Is anybody
Lost all that baby fat. Look at him. That's what's up.
Is anybody trying to do an interview later?
Whenever I think about Oakland and I'm trying to break it down to somebody, it's just so hard because it's like deep roots to my heart, you know what I mean? So Oakland is very special. It's
There's people from just about every culture, but it's soulful. It's from the heart. It just feels good. There's so many different Oaklands, as we've seen today, just with a little bit of time that we've interacted with the students. I mean, there's greatness right here in the city. The roses that grow from the concrete. Yeah. There's a lot of beautiful things happening here.
It's just like every day I try to live it to the fullest, cause like you never know when something might happen or something. And like I would reflect back to like this one day where what happened that day. I was thinking if I keep on going this track, like this way, this path and all that, like to the bad path, I would end up in like bad schools, jail probably, or something else. So I just decided to like start doing good. I made honor for like 2 times.
I was about to say, what are you wearing on your neck right now?
This honor roll thing I won right now.
How's that feel?
Feels good, cause like I do it for my parents. Cause I used to like disappoint them with like 0.60s, 1.80s. And like until 8th grade when I started getting to like 2.50s, 60s, 80s. Then last marking period I got a 3.50. This time I got a 3.33, but like I'll get it up later.
My dream is to go to college and to play football. I want to get drafted on my freshman year. That's my goal. And if I can't do that, I want to be an electrical engineer. Yeah.
What do you got on your neck right now?
Oh, on my neck is honor roll. This one's mine. This is my friend's.
Show it up.
This one's mine. I got a 3.67. Yeah.
What GPA did you have last year?
A GPA I had last year was under a 2.50.
How's it feel?
It feels good.
Probably a lawyer.
Hey.
I never actually told anyone I wanted to be a lawyer, but I just thought about it.
What made you think about that?
Just helping people like coming out of jail or something. Yeah. A lot of people like they struggle a lot in my family. Just help them out.
What is your dream in life?
It's a hard one. A dream. I don't know. I've been thinking about being in the army, but other dreams, I don't know. I just want to be rich, have money.
That's a good question. When I was a kid, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to become. I knew that I just wanted to matter. What I did, I wanted to matter, and I wanted to live out my purpose in life. I said that I am not settling for anything less than something I love.
I really thought about it as an adult, like, what did I say when I was a child? And I couldn't think of anything. And it was sad. It was real sad for me because I'm like, I don't know what I said. I think I wanted to be a nurse just because everybody was saying that, and I'm like, yeah. And I reflected on it, and what I came up with, that it wasn't acceptable to be an artist. Like, I couldn't say I wanted to be an artist because it wasn't something that it would bring you money, or everybody talked about that, or it wasn't something that an actual career. There you go. It wasn't an actual career. I thought that people would think of it that way. So I was ashamed of saying I wanted to be an artist. I was ashamed of saying I was a creative person and wanted to be creative for the rest of my life. So when I had the opportunity to come here to Elmhurst to work, it was when the schools were coming together. I mean, when the school was dividing into two schools, and there was a lot of problems with both schools, with kids, and we were invited to do a mural. And that summer, I remember school was out, but kids were kicking it in the school, and they were driving by with their bikes, and they were looking at what we did, and they wanted to paint.
I love being here at Elmhurst because this is not only a public school, but a school in the East, and a school that's committed to social justice and actually like changing the game for our kids.
This like idea of not being in it for the minute, right, but being in it for the movement, and like staying with kids and believing in them until they believe in themselves, right? Is like those are the stories I keep coming back to, because for our schools like ours to make a difference, like we don't have 98% of Eduardo's, right? Like, so we've got to like push and grind and stay true to the other kids, because and when you do, right, like you sometimes don't see that success for 5 years, but then when you see it, it's like, yeah, like it's, you just, you know, and whether like they're walking that stage thinking about me, or thinking about teachers here, or thinking about a football coach, or thinking about mom, like it doesn't matter, right? Because they're walking across that stage and have college waiting for them in 3 months, and like that's the ball game, right? Like that's, you know, they live across the street, like Cherry Street in 98th, right? Going to college in Florida and Pennsylvania. Boom, we win. Oakland wins, right? So I think about those kids today in particular.
In our school, we have high expectation for kids, and we have a consistency and a commitment to always reflect and continue growing for the betterment of our kids and our community.
To have that much love for the community, or from the community, that's what I've always dreamed of, and that's what I still dream of. Like currently, like when I'm done with this, when I'm done with these years of service, I committed myself to, like, what would it reflect of? Like, what would that reflection be? Would it still be, time still exists as it currently is, or does the thought pattern of people change? Like, the way we associate with each other, the way we like communicate, the way we build, like, has that whole idea and ideology changed? That's what I want.
Yeah? Bye, camera. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, baby.
You had fun? Yes. Yes.
My day could be anywhere. I just know I need to make sure I'm home before the street lights come on, or like hit somebody up. That's it. As long as I followed that rule, I was good. I was really good.
What's up, man?
How you doing, Angie?
She ready.
You should get her too.
This whole time she's not like, oh, I don't like being in the camera, but she like scrolling behind me.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, get her.
Too late.
Get her.
Too late.
Get her.
Thank you,
for
man.
real.
We love you.
For real. But
Yo.
Shout out to my mom and my dad, and all my family for being good, and for Guanajuato for being a nice city.
Hey. Tell your mom. Tell her what you said.
Shout out to my mom because, like, she helps me out and, like, feeding me, washing my clothes, taking me, like, places. And then shout out to my dad because he, like, helps me sometimes with homework. He, like, gives me money in case I want to go catch a lelotero outside or something. Takes me to work so I could get my own money. And, like, all that stuff. And shout out to my brother because he helped me with that interview for English. If not, I don't even know who I would have interviewed. Because, like, that's part of my grade and my promotion. So, yeah, shout out to them. And to you, Corey, for helping me, giving me all these chances. That job interview.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
Beautiful. Good job, baby.
Shout out I want to give is to Corey for helping in this program, for helping me do my work, and for my brothers, especially two of them. One is Poncho, and my other brother is Gabriel. Like, they buy me stuff and, like, they help me with homework. Yeah, and to my friends, cause to my friends like Eddie, cause like when we be going ride bikes, like we take care of each other and we like look out for each other. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Good job.
I want to shout out my dad for being there for me, teaching me ups and downs of life, problems, how to solve them, how to handle them, how to go through them. He's always been there for me. And if I make it at the hood and become an NFL star, I'm going to pay him back. I'm going to take care of him.
I would appreciate my family and my friends, like my friends Christian, Donna, Mariano, and my girlfriend, Angelica, and yeah, and my mom, my dad.
I think my mom, family for being there, you know, through stuff.
I think my family too.
Jay, you want to thank anybody specifically?
I mean, it's too many people, but honestly, just the people who support me on my way of doing it.
You want to say thank you to anybody? Any shout outs to anybody?
To Mr. Esposito.
I want to... Nah.
Anybody else?
Oh, that's it, cause yeah.
I want to shout out Corey, my family, just anybody who supported me in my school. Yeah.
Perfect, y'all. All right. That's beautiful, y'all. Thank y'all. Say what you got to say.
I want to give a shout out to Corey for always being there for me, for always telling me he's gonna have my back no matter what. And I want to give another shout out to my girl for always being there for me. So always letting me be at her house whenever I want, for her parents to have my back, for her to take care of me, for her parents to feed me. And I want to give a shout out to my mom for always putting clothes on my back, for always giving me food, for still having me at the house after all the shit I had done to her. And yeah, that's it.
I want to thank my daughters. I think they have made me the strong person that I am.
Shouts out to Eastside. You guys were a big part of my growth as a young woman. Shouts out to everyone in my circle, Corey, Salazar, Leslie Lopez, for really giving me this opportunity to teach here and really like mentoring me and taking me under your wing as a young woman here, like riding in East Oakland. I appreciate that. Hopefully my baby could be a bomber too. So I just appreciate everybody in my circle. You know who you are. I appreciate ECP holding it down here for hella years in this community, right? And I hope this school like stays here and continues to do what it does, because the staff grows stronger every year.
I would like to give a shout out to everyone that believe in themselves first and foremost. I think that takes a lot of courage and bravery to be able to sit by yourself, think by yourself, work by yourself, and then accomplish things by yourself. So I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all the creative minds, regardless of what aspect or abstract lane you're in. Continue to create. I want to say thank you to Corey, as well as his brother, to be in their lane, but also giving back to you. I don't want to be corny and say I want to give back, or I want to say thank you to everyone, but really, like, ideally, I do want to say thank you to everyone because they actually help mold my perspective and how I see things and how I feel about things, and I think it's very needed right now. So thank you. That's it.
So thank you.
Man.
Yeah.
I still ain't forgot about this summer. We gotta get some hiking in. Oh, for real.
My mother, my grandmother, my grandfather were all educators. I'm a third generation educator. I gotta acknowledge the people. You know, it just in particular in that like no one's ever said to me, why aren't you doing something more important? So to my family, like that's always like that. Even that implicit support has been really helpful. I've always been really, there's been some folks that have just been so helpful and supportive in this work, and they don't always get the credit, or like, you know, if I get acknowledged for something, it's because they've been working hard. So whether that's Nancy Gomez, Francisco Flores, Leah Shepard, Saquite Salazar, Ariel Benavides, Rachel Rosen, like they have just pushed and grinded, and sometimes like, you know, they give me a thing, but like it's because of other people doing that work, and just every ECP teacher who's made a long-term commitment to 98th Avenue, like I just feel really humbled by that and really respectful of that because it's not easy. So shout outs to all of them.
Man, thank you. Thank you to Barbara Chris for just giving me this opportunity to do my life's work. Thank you to my brother Emilio for just believing in me and just helping me, just making this possible, this opportunity possible. Just for Sister Giovanni from AMA also for just making this opportunity possible. Wow. Alliance, Miss Wyatt, just for just believing in me and just giving me the platform and the space to just do what I do. I know what we do is different, but just trusting us and trusting the process and just letting us grow and make these kings. And you know, to my mom, the original teacher, just for unconditional love, just always believing in us. To my stepdad for showing me what manhood was. My grandfather, the greatest man I've ever known, ever seen. Golly, man. East Oakland, East San Jose, you know, golly. To the Kings, I guess last but not least, to the Kings for teaching me, for being my teacher, for allowing me the opportunity to draw out your greatness, for allowing me to be able to learn from you every day, to be able to lead you, and just for taking this journey with me and taking this journey with us. I'm thankful for giving me the best year, best job ever in the world, right? And to my wife for all the dope ideas, for someone who claims that she had a really bad school experience and does not aspire to be a teacher. You're pretty close to it. So the best ideas that I have in this classroom have come from the Kings and from my wife, to be really real with you. So thank you.
Sure. Good? Good, that's
That's
what's up.
Y'all taking me.
First of all, I like to appreciate God for sure, yeah, for helping me a lot. And I like to appreciate my friends, all of them, for always like being there for me, not leaving me alone. And my family for always being there for me when I was ever in a bad mood. Yeah. So I look out to my father and my mother. Yeah.
Mándame saludos en español. How they gonna understand it?
Well, my mom was the only one that knows Spanish. Hey, Pops, Thanks for teaching me how to be a man. And Mom, gracias por todo lo que me has dado.
Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, dang, that was easy, man.
My name's Anthony Magana, and I'm a student at UCP.
Luis Apolonio Portillo Paez.
Manuel Rodelo Torres.
Derek Salinas Cruz, and I'm an 8th grader.
Israel Barragan.
Giovanni Chavez Espinosa.
Emilio Andrade Jardín.
Ariana Alejandro Lopez Ortega.
Alexis.
Alexis what?
Ceja Maciel.
Jose Calderon.
Raul Torres. Jorge Ponce.
Raúl Calvillo Garcia. My name is Angel Hurtado.
Brandon Garcia Santos Antonio.
My name is Chuy.
Elazar.
Jose Verdugo.
Mateo Diego Tomás Edwin.
Oh, my name is Carlos Lee Jr. and I am proud to be a Mexican because not that many people get to have the chance to be a Mexican like we had the opportunity to be.
Well, my favorite thing about Oakland is almost everything is how I was born and raised out here. And the movement that we got on, which is bike life, when we be mobbing the streets, doing wheelies, doing like just maniac stuff.
Cause why? What is it? Why do you guys do that?
Well, like what I think, Oakland police they be tripping off of us and hating on us. What they think is a crime, but it really ain't. Like they rather have kids over there at the streets doing things that they're not supposed to do. They supposed to be doing. They over there doing drugs while we're riding the streets and they're trying to stop us from doing that when we're not doing none of that. And they hate the fact that we riding, but they must love the fact about the other kids doing drugs.
I'm proud of coming to school every day and trying in class and listening and participating.
And do you want to give any thank yous to anybody?
Nope.
To yourself, maybe? You did a lot of hard work this year, bro.
Yeah, I thank myself probably.
Stop.
And you?
Hi. For sure, man.
One thing that I'm proud of this year are my grades because last year, towards the end, I didn't do so good, and now this year I put in work and my grades have been rising.
One thing I'm proud of this year is being in Elmhurst and working with good teachers like Tori and yeah, I broke my thumb.
My favorite teacher is Miss Flores because she always got respect for me and she always got everyone's back. She never chooses favorites, and that's why.
And if you could tell Miss Flores something, what would you tell her?
I respect you.
Beautiful.
Miss Ryan, Miss Jackson, because they help me and they don't get me in trouble a lot.
Ms. Rowford because she helps me do my work sometimes, and when I'm stuck, she helps me move on.
Brett Ford and Miss Pandolfi.
Cause why?
Because they were the ones who mostly let me make up work and all that, and that's why I got that. That's how I got to 8th grade.
So you want to say thank you to them?
Yep.
Tell them in the camera. Tell them thank you.
Thank you, Miss Pandolfi and Miss Rowford.
Miss Flores.
Because why?
She don't get me in trouble like the other teachers.
Did you want to say anything to Miss Flores?
Thank you for not getting me in trouble.
Anybody else? Any other teachers you want to say thank you to?
All the teachers for trying to help me in my work and stuff.
One thing I'm grateful for is life. Right now we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our parents.
One thing I'm grateful for is my family, my mom, and teachers to teach me. That's it. My favorite thing about Oakland is that I feel sometimes I feel safe, sometimes I don't. And a lot of my friends are out here that I ride bikes with.
What I'm thankful for is people who have helped me and never stopped believing in me.
Beautiful. What was the last thing that you ate that gave you chorro? It was a joke. You're supposed to laugh. It's not a serious question.
Beans.